Hi, everybody, and welcome to video number 2 of this practicum series where we are looking at becoming more of an entertainer as well as an educator, kind of finding that marriage in between these two things using open broadcaster software. So video number 2 today is all about using the webcam. Now, it's a pretty simple approach when you're using OBS. And I know that when you log into Google Meet, what you do is you just simply go in and the webcam kind of pops up. The same thing can happen in OBS, but the reason that OBS is a little bit better is because you can use the web camera in a variety of different situations. And I'm going to show you how to do that right now. So the first thing that you're going to notice when we look at OBS is that OBS, you have these things right here that are called scenes, and then you have these things called sources. Scenes are going to be a variety of different types of transitions, very much like chapters in a book. And the sources are going to be the things that are inside of those chapters in order to make them work. So let me give you an example of something, and I'll show you how to create them using the webcam and how the webcam actually works afterwards. So in a later video, what we're going to do is we are going to have a video on transitions. So I'm going to click on this transition called diploma, and you can see that a video has popped up, and it is going to be different than, say, this Batman transition, which is going to be different from this Stormtrooper transition, so on and so forth. And you can see that every scene is going to have something different on it. And we're going to work today on building these scenes using the web camera. Okay, so the first thing that you're going to want to do is you're going to see that you have nothing here under scenes. You're going to want to click on the plus button. And the plus button is going to allow you to add a brand new scene into OBS. And the beautiful thing about OBS is that once you've set it up, it automatically stays there until you are done, until you erase it. It will be there forever. So you front load OBS and then everything stays the way you leave it, which I love. So let's start with calling this scene webcam. Now what you can see here down here on the bottom, I've got webcam here, but you'll notice I don't have any sources inside of it. So the first thing that I'm going to want to do is I'm going to want to add a source. And that source, in this case, you're going to see a variety of different options. You've got audio input, you've got browser, you've got media source, you've got depreciated down here, some text, so on and so forth. Well, let's say I just want to get the webcam working. Well, the web camera is a video capture device. Now I'm using an external webcam here. There is a built-in webcam on my laptop. I just don't like it as much. During my studio or during my class, I have multiple webcams. I have 2 or 3 different webcams that are set up that allow me to do different things. But for now, we're just going to deal with this one. So video capture device, and we're going to call this one test. When I click on the plus, you're going to see that, hey, there I am. I just popped up. The web camera that I'm using as my external webcam is there. There's nothing I need to do here. If I'm using multiple webcams, I can click down here where I've got a variety of different options, but this is the webcam that I want to use. I hit OK, and here I am popped up on my screen. Now, what I like about this is that it allows me to control what I'm doing here size-wise. Maybe I want to distort myself, okay? I can change pretty much anything I want on this webcam, which is going to make it a little bit more engaging when you're teaching a lesson, because you can have your web camera on and students will be able to see you in, say, the bottom corner or the top corner or wherever it is that you want to put yourself. Or maybe what you want to do is you want to put a border around yourself to make it look a little bit fancy, almost like a YouTube video, like a gamer or someone who does a YouTube channel. They often have little borders around themselves, and you can set all of that up using OBS to make it, again, more engaging for your students. So keeping in mind that this black box right here is what the students are seeing. So I can be clicking on a whole bunch of other things right now, and they're only going to see me. So I can do a whole bunch of stuff in the back end, which is going to work out beautifully. So that's setting up the web camera. Pretty simple. What I would invite you to do is take a couple of minutes and go play around with it. I'll let you pause the video right now if you want to go and try and do that. And then we'll come back and we'll try to do a couple more cool things with the web camera in just a couple of seconds. All right, so I'm going to go back to a black screen and I'll let you pause that video and I'll see you in 5. Okay, everybody, welcome back. Here I am again. And what we're going to be doing now is we're going to be making some changes to our web camera in this. So what I could do is if I want to make this web camera nice and big so my students can see me, I can do so just by clicking and moving things over, which is what we've already discussed. But now let's say I want to have different scenes that allow me to have the web camera in different locations. Okay? What I'm going to do is I'm going to add a brand new scene and I'm going to call it, say, web. And on this scene, what I want to do is I want to bring up a particular website. So something that I'm working on in the back end, or maybe if I have a second monitor attached. What I can do is go to this right here where it says window capture. I'm going to hit enter. And then I'm going to choose what's open right now. So maybe this is what I want my students to see. An example of some student work, for instance. I hit OK, and you can see that it fills my screen. Now what I can do is I can add my webcam to it. So I'll do that. I'll go into here and add. I'll go to video capture device, and I named that one test. I can add the existing web camera that I've already had. I hit test, and boom, there I am. I have just popped up on my web camera. So now I can move myself to the bottom corner so the students can now actually see me and they can see what it is that I'm working on at the same time. Again, the idea is that your students' eyes are going to be hopefully on what you're doing and you. And I can toggle between this. If I want to shut that off, I don't have to erase it from the scene. On sources right here, I can actually click this eyeball button and it shuts me off. So this is a quick video on how to add the web camera to your OBS and keep it available for you to use during Google Meets. We'll talk about how to implement everything in Google Meets after these videos are done. It'll be one of the last videos we've done. The idea is to front load the information as much as possible, get you set up on OBS, and then hit the ground running, because all you need to do when you log into Google Meet is just change the camera over and you're done. All right, back to webcam, please. Beautiful, there I am. Thank you very much for taking the opportunity to watch part 2 of this video. Part 3 is going to be coming up. I believe we're going to be talking about sounds, implementing sounds and using desktop audio. In part number 3, where we can use sound effects, music beds, program O Canada, announcements, anything that you want to preload into OBS, you can do through sounds or just by running from your desktop with the desktop audio. What I'm going to do here is I'm going to add my email very quickly. I'll just move that a little bit slower. If you have any questions about anything that you've seen thus far, please email me here. Email contact. Email me right here, and I will do anything I possibly can to help walk you through this so the learning itself is not so difficult. All right, I'm going to keep that there for a couple of seconds. I'm going to shut my web camera off, and we'll see you again in video number 3. Thanks for watching.